Hey, Mark Soberman here with NetPicks. I founded NetPicks back in 1997. Do you know my major frustration when it comes to my personal investing? That it requires constant trading to create income, and constant trading means work. I've always thought, what if there was a way to invest once and earn forever? That's what I wanted to share with all of you today, how 100% passive investments can actually generate regular income and lifestyle freedom. This is the same journey that I've been on. And so my aim is for all of you as you watch these upcoming videos and trainings that you possess income generating investments that yield 100% passive income as well, just like I've done for myself. What is passive investing? It's important to kind of understand what it means. I'm sure all of you have an idea of what it might mean. The first thing you need to do is take a step back at what most investing looks like. When you're going to invest in stocks and options, I think we'd all agree the effort and decision making stress is pretty high. You can lower it down with things like bonds and index funds. But if you go back into day trading, which is great to create income, once again, effort and decision making stress is definitely quite a bit higher. All of these are medium to high effort and decision making stress. It doesn't mean that they're not viable, they're amazing, but they're certainly not passive, and it can be really exhausting to make constant investing decisions. Can all of you relate to that? I'm sure you can. I know for myself, over the decades of investing and active trading, it's not always easy, right? It can be very rewarding, but it always takes a lot of effort. Passive investing can absolutely be stress-free investing. I can tell you personally for myself, about 2 years ago, I realized that virtually all of my income generation was coming from active income generation, meaning my investments all required me to trade on a regular and typically daily basis. All of my business ownerships were very much not hands off. They were 100% hands on, nothing passive about them at all. I owned multiple businesses. They created nice income, but it was a lot of work. And when I combine all of this together, it was probably 60, 70, 80-hour weeks. And I really didn't have anything that was just on autopilot, really, just generating income for me passively. And I just thought, wait a minute, there's got to be opportunities where I can do this for myself. And that's really what I've been discovering over the last couple of years, that passive investing can be effortless and really, truly, nearly stress free. It can maximize your time because what changes is all of a sudden your investments that you make, they start to work for you. You're not working for them. Then you actually have time to focus on what matters most to you. And that could be really anything, whether it's your hobbies, your passions, you like to travel, you like to sleep, spend more time with friends, family. Passive investing really opens up a lot of opportunities if you set it up correctly. It also enables you to focus on active investing where you can create even more income with your hard work because you'll know you've got these passive income engines working for you 24/7. This really becomes the foundation that enables you to step up and trade actively because you know you'll have this core foundation of your investments creating income no matter what. Even if you have a bad day, a bad week, even if you have a down month in your active investing, you know that you always have these passive income engines working for you. Now, I do have to say, there really is a passive investing scam that goes on there. I see a lot of investments that position themselves as being passive investing. I get it. Because when you say that to an individual who's tired and run down and been trading a lot and putting all this work and effort in, it doesn't have anything to show for it, and you tell me that it can be 100% passive, yeah, that jumps off the page at me as well. But you got to be careful because I have seen all kinds of things called passive investments, and they're not passive at all. Rental properties, even if they classify the income as passive on your return, your tax return, when you've got property maintenance, tenant management, dealing with unexpected issues, midnight phone calls, the last few years, a lot of companies saying, hey, we'll go ahead and we'll set you up with an e-commerce store. It's going to be 100% passive. Impossible. Somebody who's run multiple different e-commerce stores, there is nothing passive about it. You have to manage inventory, customers, inquiries, problems, credit card issues, marketing campaigns, staying up to date with inventory, market trends, what's selling, what's not selling, pricing. Not passive at all. Affiliate marketing. Some of you may have heard of this where you recommend other services and you get a commission for it. Yeah, that can be great because if you recommend another service or a product and you get 5%, 10%, 20% of the sale, you're not having to typically deliver that product or service. It does sound great on the surface, but these days, the only way to make any real money in affiliate marketing is you have to be an expert of creating content, articles, videos, search engine optimization, if you know what that is, ongoing promotion efforts, probably paid efforts to drive traffic and conversions, websites. It is really complicated. There's nothing passive about it. A lot of you have heard about automated trading, right? Have a robot do it all. You just set up some software and magically it's just going to create all of this income in your account. I've been doing this with NetPicks for 2.5 decades. I've never seen this work sustainably for anybody. That's why even with our active trading systems, we automate as much as we can, but it's never 100% automated. Typically, if you go down this road that I just showed you, what you're going to end up with is another job, right? Have you ever tried any of those or other ones that are out there? I'm sure you would agree. Probably 99 times out of 100, it has ended up being a lot of work, a lot of effort, and whether it created any income for you, probably pretty questionable. What is truly a passive investment? Here is my formula. It is not a passive investment unless it takes under 1 hour to review the opportunity. It takes less than 10 minutes per month to manage. It takes zero work and effort to operate. It can run on autopilot if you happen to disappear for a few months, no big deal. And it pays you regularly. It has to pay you regularly. If it's not spinning off income, it is not a passive investment by this definition. Take a screenshot of this, think about this, put this to the test on anything else that you're looking at that you think could be a passive investment. Almost everything out there that says it's passive, it's not. Everything that I will share with you going forward here over the next several days, next couple of weeks, we'll be talking about investments that fit and meet that important criteria because I want you to have time for everything else. I want you to have time to actively trade so you can generate even more income and compound what you're doing. Time for family, friends, travels, your hobbies. That's what this type of investing can do for you. Remember at the very beginning when I first started talking, it's all about investing once, one time, and then earning forever. Now, the next critical piece is, I stressed this a few slides ago, is generating regular income. I want this income to be monthly or quarterly. NetPicks team here has worked well over 100,000 people. We're huge fans of active investing. Working with our real-time trade alert services, our trade generating systems, we can typically reduce about 80 to 90% of the usual work and effort, which is pretty phenomenal. But active investing does require active effort to produce income. So if you're going to trade options, you're going to trade stocks, you're going to do dividend stocks or covered calls, you're going to day trade futures, these can be great ways to create income, but they all absolutely do come with some level of regular effort, many times on a daily basis. And then if you think about other types of investments, such as your stocks, your mutual funds, speculative real estate, such as land, just owning cryptocurrencies, gold, silver, precious metals, these tend to generate zero income. None of these are going to create any income unless you do something, which is sell at the right time. This is a stock chart of Tesla. This is a weekly chart over the last 3 years. This might come as a surprise to you. Over 3 years, we've basically gone nowhere with one of the most brilliant companies that is out there. And a lot of that is because we had that huge run up into late 2021, and then it was a really rough 2021 at the end and all through 2022. Here in 2023 so far, we've had a really nice recovery. This stock at one point was almost at $100, and at some point here recently, a couple weeks ago, it hit close to 300. That's pretty amazing. But I want to ask you, how do you make income off of Tesla? Think about that just for a moment. How do you make income off of this stock? The only way you make income if you were smart enough to buy right here and sell somewhere up here. But what if you would have bought up here? Because look, the momentum was incredible. The story was amazing. What if you bought up here at, we'll call it $340, and you held it, and you held it, and you held it for over a year? Not only did you not create any regular income for yourself, you actually lost a lot, right? 65, 70% of your investment. All during this downturn, no income was created, and none is created until you sell. If you bought up here, you're still not even able to sell this for a profit. As much as I think investing in Tesla can be brilliant if you time it, and trading options on a product like this absolutely can create income, on its own, it does not create regular monthly or quarterly income. I think you probably would all agree, unless you do something which is trade actively. Can you do this passively and make income? Not in this way, but there is a way to do it. Apple, right? Another stock that has had an amazing run in 2023. And if you happen to time it and you bought right here at the beginning of the year, it would be really tough to step in after this big decline and everybody was talking recession and hyperinflation and we had war going on. And look what happened. It took off. So yes, this is a fantastic trade to the upside. Good profit to be made here, 50% plus. Of late, let me ask you, even if you bought here and now the market is here, how would you make income on this investment passively? I know how you would make income actively. right? You could trade options, excellent. But if you just were the stock investor and you bought Apple, there's no way. The only income you'll make is their dividend, which, by the way, is about a half of 1% per year. So yeah, tiny bit of income would be spun out. But until you sell, you make no income. And if you sell, you might even have tax implications. You might have short-term capital gains, which are quite high. Otherwise, you have to wait the year to get your lower tax rate. But there's just no way to generate regular income. What if there's a way on stocks like Tesla and Apple to actually generate regular income while being exposed to the potential upside of those stocks? That is truly a game changer when it comes to passive investing. How about Bitcoin? It's been the asset to own over the last 5 years, even up to 10 years. But it goes through huge cycles of up and down, right? Obviously, at its peak, almost 70,000. A low not that long ago, end of last year, down near 14,000. Pretty much close to an 80% drop. A very good year so far for Bitcoin. But even somebody like me, who's very much a proponent of this, I've been holding Bitcoin for years now, and I will continue to accumulate at buying opportunities, but I make zero income from Bitcoin. Zero. The only time you're going to finally make your income on Bitcoin is if you sell. How do we actually unlock what I feel is the holy grail of passive investing? And that's creating cash flow, but also participating in some of the upside. And even if the markets are down, even if your asset is going down on paper and price, you actually still can create income for yourself on a monthly or quarterly basis. And it takes you away and out of all the chaos and the market whims. You can just calmly and resolutely hold your asset for the long term. It's going to generate regular income for you, and you can deal with the cycles that are up and down. These are money-making engines that once deployed, they generate cash flow for you daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. I can tell you personally that I have income that comes in every single month from these different revenue streams that I have set up that I'm going to help you with over the next couple of weeks, that I just bank on every single month that they're going to be there. So no matter what's happening in business and my active trading and everything else, I always have these income streams coming in. The peace of mind, it's hard to really put a price on that. What are some of the top creators of cash flow investing? I think probably most of you would think of real estate, stocks, and dividend investing. There's something called, some of you may be aware of, peer-to-peer lending. You get involved in financing. You provide these on various platforms out there, but there can be high risk with this, but the rewards definitely can be well above average. And probably some of the home runs that are out there with owning your own business, your own online business, typically, for most situations, they're all going to require active time and money and expertise. So let's talk about the first thing. What if there was a way to get around the money problem? So instead of having to own 100% of an asset, maybe a great asset that is going to cost $50,000, $500,000, $5 million to own that asset, what if you can own a fraction of great assets? The first big breakthrough is fractional investing. I'm going to have a video that I will devote to fractional investing. This is a breakthrough where you own just a percentage of great assets. Second secret is time. So instead of having to do all the work and operate these investments and businesses day to day, what if we could outsource a 100% of the day-to-day operation to proven managers and operators? That is your next big breakthrough. The third secret is expertise. Choosing from the right opportunity, there's literally thousands out there. It definitely can be a huge challenge. But what if there's a way to copy proven passive cash flow recipes and just simply use those formulas that we give you to evaluate the best opportunities in minutes? I can tell you personally that my cash flow systems that I set up are generating cash flow for me right now, even as I record this video, 24/7, no matter where I am. Over the last few months, I've spent time in the Netherlands, in Spain, in Portugal, multiple places in the US. I'll be heading back to Europe, and then after that, I'll be in Asia. The brilliant thing about all of these cash flow systems, it doesn't care where I am. I could be anywhere in the world. They work the same way, and that's really what I want for all of you. So knowing that you would not have to have all the money, all the time, and all the expertise, which one would be your favorite? Again, think about it. If I told you that you wouldn't need to have the huge investments, it wouldn't take a lot of time, and you didn't need the expertise, which jumps out at you the most? In the comments below in the video, tell me which one fascinates you the most. Owning rental homes, vacation homes, owning an online business if you didn't have to do the day-to-day work, just investing in great stocks that spin out regular cash flow for you. Perhaps you want to be the bank and make money like banks do and provide financing and loans. Again, if you didn't have to worry about the money, time, and expertise, what would be your favorite? Put that in the comments below. I'm really curious to know which of these would be your favorite. The good news is I will be able to show you ways that we can turn all of these into 100% passive investment. So tomorrow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into more details about fractional investing. It's one of the things that I'm most excited about, and it can truly generate income quickly and uses one of the soundest and most popular assets ever created. Fractional investing is a huge breakthrough over the last few years, but you got to be really careful. You got to know what to look for. There's ways to win, and there's definitely ways to lose with it. In the meantime, if you have any questions, put them down below. Which one of those opportunities would jump out at you that you want to learn more about, that you think would be your favorite? So I'm going to end it up here. The goal and the objective of this short series is to get you really starting to think about setting up your own passive income streams. Absolutely keep doing your active investing, but let's start setting up some passive income streams for all of you. All right, with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, and we'll talk to you again in the next one.